Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Tombstone. And this movie came out in 1993, and it stars Kurt Russell, Sam Elliott, and Val Kilmer. And I enjoyed the movie overall, and there were scenes that I thoroughly enjoyed. I loved Kurt Russell and Val Kilmer in the movie. I thought they were great, and Sam Elliott, he did a really good job in the film as well, and the acting overall I didn't really have a problem with, and there were some fun scenes in the movie. And I was also surprised how violent this movie was, because this movie was distributed by Disney. And I was quite surprised what they did, and it did have a Disney-like structure to it, like what I come to expect from them. But in this movie, it didn't really distract me all that much because of what it was offering. It was offering some violent action scenes, and it had pretty solid performances, and there were some fun scenes in the movie, and there's quite a bit that I enjoyed, and I liked where the story goes. But where I start to take issues with the movie is that I do think this movie is too long, first of all. There are some characters in this movie that I feel that could be trimmed out and you wouldn't lose anything. And probably my biggest issue with this movie would be the music. I just found it to be overbearing and distracting, and it also sounded kind of generic, and I just wish that there were lots of scenes in this movie that had no music, because the actual score for the movie, I just felt it wasn't doing the film any favors, unfortunately. And without spoiling anything, I wasn't a huge fan of where this movie ended. I just found it to be kind of odd, and I was like, we're ending the movie here? Okay. I just felt a little unsatisfied with what we got, and I just wish there was a bit more, despite the movie being too long for my personal liking. In terms of how the movie was shot, there wasn't really anything visually interesting to me personally. I just didn't find it very memorable the way it was shot. It was more or less the story, the characters, and the performances that were on the film's mind. And while I do like all that stuff, I just wish that the movie was more visually interesting to look at. There are points in this movie that feel very familiar, and what you probably have seen in other movies like it before. It didn't really bother me too much because of how things were presented and handled. Like, the way it handled these situations, I was fine with, and it was mostly held up by the performances, like I've said many times, and they really do carry this movie. And without these actors, this movie wouldn't work at all. Like, they really do a great job with the film, and that's about all I have to say about Tombstone. It was decent, watchable. I enjoyed it overall. I felt as though it was too long. There were some characters that I felt were unnecessary to the story, and I wish that the film trimmed them down. I wish the movie was more visually interesting. I wish the music was better. But I enjoyed the film more than I didn't, which is why I'm able to recommend it, and I'll probably see it again at some point. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Tombstone a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Tombstone, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Top Gun Maverick. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.